All right, welcome back to pro-Trump candidates advance to a runoff for Texas's 6th congressional district, a district which President Trump only carried by 3 points in 2020. Susan Wright, the wife of late Republican Congressman Ron White, received the most votes and does have the former president's endorsement. Republican State Representative Jake Ellzey came in second place. He has the backing of former Texas Governor Rick Perry. And it was a big victory for Republicans who believe this was the first major test of President Biden's popularity. And also over the weekend in Southlake, Texas, voters delivered a resounding victory to opponents of anti-racism education. Conservatives and candidates backed by conservative parties in Southlake Families PAC, who are against new diversity and inclusion training requirements, won every single race in this school district, including 2 school board positions and 2 city council seats and the mayor's race. Meanwhile, at the Utah convention, GOP convention, this happened.
Now, you know me as a person who says what he thinks, and I don't hide the fact that I wasn't a fan of our last president's character issues. And I'm also no fan of the president's... Yeah, sure.
My friends, this is the moment I was talking about. Please, thank you, show respect.
Surprised he didn't say, please clap. Mitt Romney, one of Trump's fiercest Republican critics, booed there by his Republican colleagues at the convention later that day. A resolution to censure Romney for voting to remove Trump from office was defeated, though, by a vote of 798 to 711. Let's talk a little bit more about the America First agenda now and welcome in Florida congressional candidate, decorated combat veteran, DOD advisor, and NEWSMAX contributor Cory Mills. Cory, great to see you.
John, great to see you.
So a pretty big weekend there, and as we showed you, for America First candidates in Texas and also in Utah as well.
Yeah, so again, I think this is exactly what the conservative movement has been saying since before the 2020 election, that we're tired of listening to career politicians who, say the right things whenever, they're looking to be voted in, but then do the wrong things once they're in office. I think that people are starting to talk with their feet, as we've seen, where people from California have moved to Texas and people from New York have moved to Florida. And again, that's why we've gained 1 seat. But again, the America First movement, the America First agenda, where patriots are tired of basically seeing these Biden-esque, Obama 2.0 models where foreign, government comes above American, civility, I think is really starting to show through. And again, that's exactly what's been happening in all these races. But it also speaks to the fact that the former president's endorsement carries a lot of weight within our conservative party.
Yeah, and, as a congressional candidate, Cory, how much of this and what you're seeing out in Texas, how much of that I know you have your core beliefs, how much of that does that influence you and what you're trying to do in Florida?
Well, I'll tell you, it's actually perfect because it goes right in the line with, what I believe in. I'm a constitutionalist. I'm America First agenda. I believe in the fact that we should basically put America's, values first, that we need to get back to protecting the nuclear family, that we need to protect places of worship, that we need to stop, technocrat, dictatorship and censorship, and that people deserve to have a voice. We need to protect our First Amendment rights. We need to protect our Constitution, stop the unconstitutional things like trying to make D.C. a statehood and all these other things. And again, I think that it just speaks to the fact that I'm on the right path, and that's what Americans are looking for, as a patriot who believes in the America First agenda.
I want to talk to you as well about Ron DeSantis's deplatforming ban against big tech. We were talking to Robbie Suave earlier. He's a little skeptical of the teeth in this law. What do you think, Cory?
Well, again, I think it's the right approach. I think that it's definitely going to be challenged in court. Again, the individual kind of, technocrats are going to try and say that this is a violation of their First Amendment rights, and that if that's the case, it opens up the door to a lot of things. I know there was also some, attacks because in the bill, it basically held Disney outside of it as a theme park. And so people threw that thing out. Well, what if they create Zuckerberg land or whatever the case may be? Does that then, allow them to have these things? So I think there's a couple of areas that could be tightened up. It'll certainly be challenged in court. But again, Ron DeSantis is the only one who has gone forward to at least start making the efforts to hold big tech accountable, to stop allowing them to censor conservatives, to start getting rules in place that they can't violate under Section 230. And again, it's a good first step. And I mean, look, it's not going to be an easy fought war.
Yeah. To your point, Cory, what else is anybody trying to do right now to stand up to big tech? We keep watching these congressional hearings where members of Congress get rolled by these big tech oligarchs. And your mention of Zuckerberg land, Ooh, I don't know. Who would want to go there? Sounds like a terrible place. Anyway, Cory, great to see you. Thanks so much.
Thanks, John.
All right.